A rising China and Chinese economy are things of the past. The headlines to that effect, which the world had gotten used to before 2016, are changing, and changing fast. Right on the heels of COVID-19, news about China's sick real estate market started trickling out. Soon, China's Evergrande became the most indebted property developer in the world. It defaulted in 2021. And just 2 years later, in 2023, another Chinese developer, Country Garden, is staring at something similar. Country Garden was China's largest property developer until last year. It was considered a financially sound company, but its liabilities grew to $194 billion by the end of 2022. Last week, the group warned that it could report a loss of up to $7.6 billion for the first half and apologized to investors for misjudging market conditions. It is now on the verge of defaulting. So what's going wrong with the Chinese real estate market? Well, as part of Chinese President Xi Jinping's policy to crack down on big firms in China, the government decided to introduce more than 100 regulations which were imposed on businesses that raised huge money via equity funds, borrowings, and IPOs in 2020. One of those laws set a strict cap on money borrowed by companies. This not only led to Evergrande's failure, it led to unfolding of a huge debt crisis that now ails the entire sector. So far, companies accounting for 40% of Chinese home sales have defaulted. Reports suggest housing crisis in China is expanding. China's state-owned property developers are warning of widespread losses. And if you're wondering how China's property crisis will impact the Indian real estate sector, then as the demand for raw materials in China decreases, global prices of steel and cement might go down. This will help India gain a competitive advantage over China in attracting capital for real estate investments in the APAC region. But China's problems are not limited to just the real estate sector. China's retail sales growth slowed to 2.5%. Growth in fixed asset investment weakened to 3.4%. The urban unemployment rate rose to 5.3%. In June, the unemployment rate for 16 to 24-year-olds reached a record 21.3% in China. The question that now needs to be asked is this: will the Chinese industrialists, several of whom are staring at default, stand up against Xi, or at least ask him to change his policies that led to this situation, or is it too late for it already?
How can I achieve my targets? How can I target the remotest markets?
You only progress when you ask better questions. Mint. Think ahead, think growth.